I'll say this. You take the floor. Jameson Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown. I hope they bring back DJ Chark.
Mm-hmm.
Why the hell would they trade for DeAndre Hopkins? And should they? And would you?
You know what? No, I'm just joking. No, hell no. Stay away from DeAndre Hopkins. There's a couple things I wrote down here that I think qualify. This is kind of the standard for any player playing for the Detroit Lions. Number one is character. And I'm not going to say that DeAndre Hopkins has a bad character, but I don't. People tend to think of him as like a diva wide receiver. If you get DeAndre Hopkins, you're going to have to get him involved consistently. I don't think that's how the Lions offense, that's not how we operate, right? You're getting multiple guys involved. You have Amon-Ra St. Brown, who still needs his targets. Jameson next year will need his targets. DJ Chark, if you bring him back, will need his targets. I don't see a fit for DeAndre Hopkins. This offense isn't dominant with one receiver. They spread the ball around. The second thing is money. I'm not acquiring Hopkins for that contract. You have him for 2 more seasons. You're not extending him. He's not getting any younger. He's 30 years old. I'm good. I think Hopkins, the best fit for him would be a team that needs a wide receiver that's on the cusp of contending. I mean, you could bring up a couple teams. Maybe the Cowboys. This would be a move they would make. But I don't see the Lions pursuing him. And the other thing is notoriety. The persona that Hopkins has, it's like when he comes to your organization, you have a big name. You have DeAndre Hopkins. He's going to be the center of attention. I don't think that's what the Lions need right now. We've seen Brad Holmes' ability to identify wide receivers in the draft, Jameson, Amon-Ra St. Brown. If they really needed a wide receiver that bad, go out and draft one. Then you have him for 4 years on a cheap contract that we know Brad Holmes can go find him. I don't want a 30-year-old DeAndre Hopkins. I'm going to pass on that. I just think it takes away.
I just think it's not a position in need.
No, it's not.
And for almost $30 million a year, 19 cap
hell
space.
No.
I mean, what are we doing here?
Think about it. Taking up cap space and assets to go get a wide receiver when you have wide receivers? That was actually one of the strongest parts of the team. I'm good. I'll pass on that. Spend that money on the defense. Go out and trade for a corner. How about that? Or go sign a corner.
Thank you.
Stay away from DeAndre Hopkins.
Thank you. Go get 2 corners this offseason. Hopefully one solid one in the draft. Hopefully a first-round pick. And the second in free agency. Maybe you trade for one. Who knows?
Right.
You gotta upgrade the secondary. Linebacker, another position in need. I don't think they'll say it publicly. Anzalone has been such a good man for the Lions. He came along with Dan Campbell from New Orleans. He's been good. Malcolm Rodriguez was good, but good isn't good enough in the NFL.
Right.
They still need help at linebacker. You want help on the interior, and you are desperate for outside corner help. Jerry Jacobs likely, or Mike Hughes. Really, Mike Hughes, you're looking at as your slot corner.
Right. And Hopkins got suspended, 6 games this year for PEDs?
I'm not addressing the Hopkins
But I'm just saying,
dude.
Imagine whatever team he goes to, if he gets suspended again, he's gone for the season. So Hopkins, man, stay. Don't touch him with a 30-foot pole. He's a baller.
Football player.
Absolutely.
This year, 9 games, 96 targets. Phenomenal. Dude's unbelievable.
But they were feeding him.
And the offense was mid.
Yeah.
What makes this offense so special, Jeff, is that anybody can beat you.
Bingo.
And there's not one player you go in and game plan for. That's what makes this offense so good.
Would
DeAndre make it even better? Sure. But am I going to shell out $19 million plus assets? No.
For 30-year-old wide receiver?
No. I'd rather give up valuable assets to go get a veteran corner that I can legit have for the next 3 to 4 years.
Yep.
On the outside. And then I can draft a Joey Porter or Keely Ringo. Somebody, anybody, outside of fucking DeAndre Hopkins, people. Please. Fish, you shut the hell up and get in your booth.
Fish, you just got astray.
I just don't get it, man.
No, I don't get it either.
Again, I don't mind the conversation. I don't. And this is the offseason. We're going to talk about a lot of different things. Who knows? Who knows the next player they're going to be linked to? But I think we all agree in the chat. We can throw this up as a poll. Would you trade for DeAndre Hopkins? I want to believe 95% of you at least would say no. Maybe the 5% of you are ones that play Madden. But outside of that, 95% of you would say no to the wide receiver trade. It just doesn't make any sense.
You see Jared Goff talk about the offense and wide receivers. They asked him about Jameson Williams. He's like, hey, I'm going to throw to the open receiver. I don't force the ball anywhere. And I think Hopkins, you saw this year with him and Kyler Murray, it's almost like Hopkins and him got in arguments on the sideline because Hopkins wanted it to be forced to him. Like, hey, whatever the disagreement was, That ain't a locker room guy I want with the Detroit Lions. Like you said, the strength of this offense is you can spread the ball around to multiple guys. I don't need somebody coming in here who is like, hey, I got to get mine. I got to get my targets every single game. I think that would just be, it would hurt the rest of the wide receivers that you still want to develop. So, no, this isn't the Bills. When they went and got Stephon Diggs, they needed a 1A receiver. This isn't the Cardinals when they got Hopkins, when they needed that guy at receiver. The Lions have some guys at receiver. They don't need DeAndre Hopkins. He's 30 years old. You're not paying him what he's asking to be paid. He needs an extension soon. That's why the Cardinals will probably trade him. I'm not taking on someone else's problem. I'm not doing that. So pass on him. Focus defensively. Moral of the story.
Man, that is brutal. That is brutal. It's a good conversation,
Super
I guess.
Brutal. Yeah.
What about Jalen Ramsey? No.
That contract, man. Oh my God. I'll pass. I really would.
It's tough. It's tough to say no, but he's a solution.
Yeah, he's good.
Is
Great
he
corner.
not?
Great corner.
But you know who's a free agent that just had a pretty damn good season? Patrick Peterson.
And
5 interceptions this season.
He would cost you probably 80% less.
7, 8, 9, maybe 10 million. I doubt 10, but he got 5 this year.
Jalen Ramsey's making, what, 20, 25? It's insane.
So,
yeah, no.
Yeah, we're not
Real
doing
Cream
that.
of Wheat says it best. That contract is like the entire Lions defense cost.
Basically.
Yeah, you're right. You're spot on.
I'm going to pass on that. I think Brad Holmes knows what the hell he's doing. Having said that, I want to shift the conversation before we get to mailbag. Can we throw up the poll? Would you trade for DeAndre Hopkins?
Oh, we know how
Yes or no? I want to hear what the people have to say. Let's see. Tremaine over Rodriguez. Sure, but you're not getting Tremaine Edmonds. You're not. Dude's re-signing with the Bills. He's going to get paid. So is Devin Bush. The idea that people think Devin Bush is attainable is funny to me. You're not getting Devin Bush. That's not happening.
Yeah.
Can we all agree to that?
We can.
Jesus. What are we doing here? I swear, sometimes my head just don't get it.
I love this time of year because it's like anybody.
But this is the best time of the year.
No, I do. I love it. But it's not even just Lions fans. Any fan believes they can get anybody. They're like, hey, let's go get him. It's like, hey, I will see.
It's not Madden.
Yeah. Right.
There's consequences to trading for certain players with certain salary cap figures.
Right.
I mean,
right.
What are you going to do? And one more time for that D-Hop talk, okay? Since the poll is finally up. Thank goodness 94% of you have said no. I will say this. Don't you want Jameson Williams to explode next season?
Oh, absolutely.
Why the hell would you add another target on this offense? It just doesn't make sense. Bring back Chark. Bring back the chemistry. I don't see it. I don't see it. Why is Bush not attainable? Because he's not signing for the Detroit Lions. That's why. That's why. Because he's going to get a nice contract from the Pittsburgh Steelers, and that's it.
And Devin Bush, to me, as much as I liked him coming out of the draft, I don't know. After his ACL injury, he just hasn't really popped off the screen for me. And you're probably right. He's probably going back to Tomlin. I don't see him taking, unless you're paying him more than he would get anywhere else. But I don't know. We'll see.
You know how many career sacks he has?
How many?
Just take a guess. He's played for 52 games.
4.
No, come on, Jeff. Don't. I mean, it's not that bad. What's wrong with you?
5?
57.
Oh, you're talking about Devin Bush.
Devin Bush. How many sacks? 4.
You son of a bitch! I was like,
4
wait,
sacks.
what? You said 50
in 55 games.
I know
or
he hasn't
52,
had.
I apologize.
He had 2 interceptions his rookie year, but he hasn't done anything since then. So it's like I don't
like this idea that we're going to shell out money for these people. I find it funny.
Yeah,
I find it funny. You had James Houston get 8 sacks, more than Devin Bush in 4 years, combined with the rookies from this draft class.
And
Unbelievable.
Aiden has more career interceptions than him in one season.
I don't get it.
But he has a position to need. Big play J, Deion Jones.
Yeah, but is he though?
Hey,
what is he providing? He's had 1 quarterback hit all season long, right? He's had 2 tackles for loss.
Yeah, you're correct.
I need way more than that from a fucking middle linebacker.
Big play J, these are the names I'll mention to you. Deion Jones, Levante David. Levante David, to me,
Levante David's an interesting one.
That would be like the Anzalone replacement. You'll probably let Anzalone go, and you bring in Levante David. He brings in championship experience, veteran experience. I like it, especially if Tom Brady's leaving.
You know who's a guy I am concerned about? He is all talk right now, and I hope the Lions don't go for him. You're going to hate me for this. Bradbury.
No, I like Bradbury.
I know you like him. That's why I'm saying no.
Why not?
Circumstantial. I mean, this is his one big year. He's going in, again, he's going to get paid somewhere. I don't want to get into a bidding war on a guy who, look, he played in a secondary with Darius Slay and the safeties that they have and the front seven they have. I'm not discrediting the season he's had. Somebody should pay him. He deserves the money. He's a good player. But is he a corner one that I need to go shell out money for? I don't think so.
Right.
That's my concern.
I would rather
with
have
Bradbury.
C.J. Gardner-Johnson, but I don't think he'll be available. I think the Eagles might re-sign him.